Now that we've talked about all things principal burnout, let's talk about some cures or strategies to beat principal burnout. Obviously, if you know me, you know that my very number one burnout strategy is coffee. And I used to go to Starbucks every morning. It was like therapy for me. I read all the Starbucks books on the company and the founder and all those types of things, and that was years ago. But it talked about a police officer that always went to Starbucks, and they asked him, what makes you come here every day? It was a story for the book, What Makes You Come Here? And he says, from the things that I see every day and my job, this is the one piece of normal that I get to experience between my work shift. I think he was a private investigator. I don't know. If you've read the book, you know what I'm talking about. I hate to say I could relate to that because I don't deal with what police officers deal with, obviously. It's just that little piece of magic juice in the morning that just calms your soul. And I don't know if it's just because it's been a routine all these years or it tastes good. Like I said, I was going to Starbucks every morning, and I've driven all over town to go to Starbucks before I go to school. It was taking up 25 minutes of my morning just for that one thing. Since I've been making my coffee at home, I've been able to do a little bit of organizing in the morning and feel a little bit calmer when I go to work. I don't have to leave so early. Even if I was late, I would go to Starbucks just to get that coffee. My number one is just making coffee. I have one in the morning. I have one after school. We got an espresso machine at school so I could share the joy with everyone else. But that is a huge piece of what I do for relaxing or just a thing for me. So don't forget this one. Another principal burnout or strategy for not burning out is to let your kids go to a slumber party. We had 3 snow days in a row, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, which meant myself and my kids were trapped in our house together for those days. This slumber party has been planned this whole time. So that gave me a little bit of time to get the house organized and cleaned up without people making a mess on the way back through the house. So let your kids go to a slumber party. Okay, another principal burnout thing for me that I can't not tell you is in the mornings, one of my main things is watching YouTube videos or makeup tutorials while I'm getting ready in the morning. And it takes me forever to get ready in the morning. Like, I get up early and like I cherish this time by myself to curl my hair and to put my makeup on and to do all this kind of stuff. So I watch makeup tutorials, which I've tried to quit because I've been spending too much money on makeup. But that's a mindless thing that has nothing to do with work and takes my mind off of work so that the burnout doesn't set in. Whenever I'm not doing this or I'm overwhelmed and I'm not doing watching these videos or just any type of video, then I know that starts to settle in because my mind is only thinking about school and it's not thinking about just kind of some fun stuff. So what do you do in the morning when you get ready? If it takes you forever, do you pray? Do you have your phone with you? Do you watch YouTube videos? Do you listen to podcasts, audiobooks, anything just to take your mind off and start your day on a good note? I am actually not sure how this tip for principal burnout is gonna resonate with everyone. So let's see. I don't know if this is my last tip or not, but one of my big ones for principal burnout for me is going to church every Sunday except during softball season. And during softball season, we play softball on Sunday mornings. So thank goodness all these church services are online. I try to get one takeaway from church that I can use all week. And my takeaway, and then I share it with my secretary. I'm like, all right, this is what I got from church. This is my takeaway for the week. And one week it was like, be more like Jesus. So I thought, okay, this week I'm going to be a little more like Jesus. I looked at my secretary. I told her, all right, here we go. Be more like Jesus. I think by Thursday, I was straight evil and nothing even close to Jesus. That's why I have to go back every Sunday. Because sometimes that stuff doesn't work. So for me, or for you, whatever spiritual journey you're on or whatever you do in faith might help keep you from principal burnout as bad. All right, I just left church and I'm getting ready to go through the car wash, but here's the takeaway for this week. It is see a need, meet a need. Like, that's what we do every day. We see needs, we meet needs. All I do is meet everybody's needs. So what I'm going to take away from it is I need to be more intentional about meeting people's needs.
Put your hands on my back, boy. Lead me to the brightest of my days. Wrap your arms around me, boy. Give me all the comfort that I crave, and I will follow you anywhere you go. I'll follow you.
6'2" senior from Kansas City, Missouri, Abby Hill.
Follow you, I will follow you anywhere you go.
Okay, let's land this plane on principal burnout. I have my notes right here because I will forget. It's, Monday morning, getting ready to go to superintendent interviews. Anyway, I'm not going to be a superintendent. I'm on a committee to interview for superintendents. All right. I talked about my morning routine. I talked about coffee, of course. I talked about my kids being gone to a slumber party or just your kids going somewhere to do something. We went to a Lady Bears game. Love the Lady Bears. Church, of course. Turning off email helps tremendously at night. So if you haven't turned your email off at night, please do that first and foremost. And then creating this channel and this content for principals, like I feel like doing something to be helpful helps with my burnout. But first and foremost, just recognizing that you have it or recognizing these things. I talked about change fatigue. I talked about secondary traumatic stress, and I talked about compassion fatigue. And recognizing that you have those things is like life-changing. When I read the symptoms of those things and realized, oh my gosh, that's so it, I didn't feel as crazy anymore or blame myself for having the feelings that I have. One thing I didn't mention was decision fatigue. Like, we just have fatigue in general, like every imaginable fatigue, we have that. I didn't mention decision fatigue because I forgot, and I heard that last night in a book that I was listening to. It's called The Gap and Gain. If you want to listen to that one, I'll do a whole episode on books. But decision fatigue is that we make 50,000 decisions a day and we're just tired of making decisions. And I know that on the weekends or where do you want to go eat? I don't care. Just pick a place. I really don't care. We could eat anywhere. I'm not the type of person that's going to go, I don't care. And then as soon as the other person makes a decision, then I'm like, yeah, no, we're not going to that spot. I'll find something to eat there. If not, I'll just drink. But decision fatigue, making decisions, allowing the people in your life to know, okay, I'm exhausted. I've made 100 decisions today. I really don't want to decide what's for dinner. I don't want to decide who's going to do load the dishwasher and unload the dishwasher, because that's a fight at our house. But recognizing decision fatigue and just telling somebody, I can't make a decision right now. I've made plenty today. Well, I hope this was helpful. This was a little bit scary to make just because the title of it and talking about principal burnout, we're not supposed to be burnout and we're supposed to be superhuman, I think. And I think that's what's happening in this profession is the expectations are so high. It's hard to live up to them for this many years. I've been doing this for 18 years. Not a lot of people do that, I don't think. Comment below if that is something that you have been doing, if you've been doing this for a while. Also, subscribe to this channel. Don't forget, I know I've mentioned that a lot, but that'll put this in front of more people. Have a great week.
Follow